Dude, what is going on in Toronto? They're actually considering trading Morgan Rielly. Yeah, him. The guy who's been carrying this defensive system on his back since he learned how to skate properly. This isn't just some wild rumor. It's a proposal that feels way too real, and worse, it kind of makes sense for both sides depending on how you look at it. But seriously, how can anyone defend this? Because the trade, according to folks at Heavy Sports, would send Rielly to the Red Wings in exchange for 3 players and a draft pick. On paper, it sounds calculated, maybe even strategic. But if you look closely, you realize the Toronto Maple Leafs might be about to make one of the biggest mistakes of this offseason. The deal is simple. Morgan Rielly goes to Detroit, and the Leafs get veteran Ben Chiarot, goalie Sebastian Cossa, prospect Eddie Gemborg, and a conditional 3rd-round pick in 2026. Sounds like a lot at first glance, but it's the kind of trade that seems fair until you think about it for 5 minutes. Morgan really might not be one of the top 5 defensemen in the NHL, but man, within this Leafs roster, he's the only guy on the blue line who actually makes a difference night after night. No exaggeration. He plays over 24 minutes a game, controls puck exits, runs a power play, is steady in 5-on-5 play, and when he's off the ice, the defense falls apart. Now look at what's coming back. Despite still playing at a high level, Ben Chiarot represents a short body. 6 feet 3 inches, 225 pounds, physical, experienced. Fine, but he's 34 years old, played the full season last year, and put up 13 points in 81 games. 13 in a whole year, and defensively, he's just not the same guy anymore. He can be useful on a third pair, bring grit, protect the crease, but not replace the guy who's literally the pillar of your entire defensive system. And that's what the Leafs would be doing. Sebastian Cossa is the name that grabs a little more attention. Tall goalie, 6 feet 6 inches, young, just 22, and a first-round pick in 2021. He picked up 15 wins in the AHL last season with a 2.45 GAA and a 0.911 SV%. Not spectacular, but solid. The problem? He's still developing, and Toronto already has Joseph Woll, another young goalie who's been showing progress. So here's the question. Are you really trading a proven elite defenseman for a goalie still in the prospect phase? And as for Eddie Gemborg, no one really knows. He's that kind of forward prospect who might turn into something, or might just be another name that fades away in the minors. And that 2026 3rd-round pick? Dude, 2026 is way too far. By then, Matthews might be gone, the team could be dismantled, and that pick might turn into nothing. And then you wonder, if this package isn't all that impressive, why is it even being considered? The answer is simpler than it looks. Money. The Leafs are at a crossroads. Either they spend big and try to compete right now, even after losing Marner, or they start getting younger, saving cap space, and building around Matthews, Knies, Woll, and any promising youngster that shows up. And that's where this kind of trade comes in. Offloading a big contract like Rielly's opens room for other moves. But the emotional and technical cost is massive, because this isn't just about the trade value. It's about what it represents. Rielly's been with the team since 2013. He's seen entire generations come and go, always stayed consistent, never complained, always faced media. He's one of those quiet leaders, not flashy, not loud, but the guy who keeps the locker room from imploding. And man, after already losing Marner, You really want to let go of another foundational piece and pretend everything's fine? If the plan is to rebuild, fine. But own it. Say it out loud. We're rebuilding, betting on youth, and yeah, we might lose a lot this year. The problem is, Toronto never says that. They're always stuck in this weird limbo. Try to compete while making moves that scream rebuild. That just doesn't work. You don't win a Stanley Cup trading one of your best players for a declining veteran, an improving goalie, and 2 what-ifs. Now think with me. Who's going to be the new Rielly? Chiarot? TJ Brody? Who doesn't even know if he's staying? Timothy Liljegren, who's always hurt and never made the leap. Dude, this defense is about to turn into Swiss cheese. And they're going to dump all that pressure on Wall, who's still trying to prove he can be a starter in the NHL. That's way too much to ask with zero structure. Honestly, this smells like a desperation move disguised as a long-term vision. And yeah, maybe Cossa turns into a great goalie. Maybe Jen Borg surprises us. But trading certainty for hope, especially when your team is on the edge, never feels like a good idea. And in the middle of all this, there's the fan base. They just saw Marner leave. They have no clue what to expect from Tavares. They're hoping Knies breaks out. And now, they might lose the only reliable defenseman left on the roster. What kind of message does that send? That the team gave up? That the title window is shut? Or that the front office has no idea what it's doing? Now tell me, do you think this trade makes sense? Is it a cold, calculated, necessary move? Or just another chapter in the front office that has no idea where it's going? Because if this actually happens, the next headline might be Matthews looking around, taking a deep breath and saying, "All right, I'm out too." So what do you think? Is there still hope for this team? Or is it time to blow it all up and start from scratch? I want to hear your take in the comments. Because honestly, if trading really is plan A, then plan B must be going out on the ice with 4 defensemen and praying nobody gets hurt.